Now, this feeling, this experience, it isn't just some vague idea. Psychology actually has specific terms to describe what's going on. So let's look at the two big concepts that really define this.
Okay, so the first term is parentification, and it's basically when a child is put in a position where they have to manage really complex emotions, maybe their own or maybe a parent's, way before their brain is even ready for it. So what happens? The brain adapts. It has to. It learns how to solve problems, how to be mature, and, this is key, how to suppress its own needs to get by. But in doing that, it learns a really painful lesson. My feelings have to come last.
And that leads us to the second concept, which is called split maturity. This describes the internal conflict that happens as a result. See, when your emotional development gets rushed, some parts of you mature super fast. You might become incredibly wise, incredibly responsible. But other parts, the ones that needed to learn it's okay to be vulnerable and rely on people, those parts remain unmet. And that creates this split. On the outside, you look completely put together, but on the inside, you feel confused, maybe even empty.
And here's the thing. These early experiences, they don't just go away when you grow up. No, they create these echoes that ripple through your entire adult life. They shape how you see the world, how you relate to other people, and how you see yourself. These aren't flaws, they're adaptive traits. They were born from a need to survive.
So what do these echoes actually look like in day-to-day life? Well, let's break it down. It often starts with survival independence, where you learn that the only person you can truly count on is yourself. That then leads to something called uneasy rest because your nervous system is just so used to being on high alert that actually relaxing feels dangerous. From there, it's a short step to guilt for needing anything from anyone because you feel like a burden. And all of this culminates in what we call guarded empathy. You get really good at reading other people, but you keep your own heart protected because you learned early on that caring too much, without boundaries, can come at a huge cost. Okay. After hearing all of that, it might be really easy to think, wow, something is wrong with me. But I need you to pause for a second, because this next part is the most important piece of this whole thing. We need to completely reframe this experience.
Let me just say that again, as clearly as I can. You are not broken. These traits, these patterns, these feelings, they are not signs that you failed. They are proof that you survived.
So here's the crucial shift in perspective. Psychology sees this as a brilliant adaptation. Your nervous system did exactly what it had to do to get you through a really tough situation. You learned how to be responsible before you ever learned what it felt like to be safe. You learned strength before you learned softness, and that, right there, is a testament to your resilience.
And that brings us to healing. What does that even mean here? It's not about becoming weak or trying to get rid of your strength. Not at all. It's about teaching that hyper-vigilant nervous system that the threat is over. It's about learning, maybe for the very first time in your life, that you are finally, truly allowed to rest.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought to ponder. Did you grow up carrying more responsibility than any child ever should have? And if the answer is yes, are you still carrying that weight today?